What's happening? This is Eddie Rotten with the Zombie Life Podcast and Zombie Life TV. We've kind of been on a little hiatus, kind of here and there and everywhere lately, haven't we? But we're back. This is October 1st, and right now I'm going to location for Lindsay Lemke's brand new movie, Cecilia. It's going to be awesome. I think there's going to be like a witch burning or something like that. Ben is going to be there. Red Rum is going to be there, and there's a whole lot of other people that you guys have been dying to see are going to be there. So, this is the new Zombie Life TV. Welcome back.
Here we go. But I need boots like this, but not like this.
Well, the south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. Anything down there, you better just beware. A man named Leroy Brown. Now Leroy, more than tough. Stands about 6'4". And all the downtown ladies call him treetop boy. Men just call him so. He's that Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole downtown. Better than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog.
Well, I started stunt driving when I was 11, and I started driving when I was 9.
Is your dad a stunt driver too?
No, he's awful.
Oh.
Yeah, if it comes down to it, Dean.
Can you come off the rock? I just need to see the height difference. Cool, but stand like in a good.
But at some point,
Or your phone number.
Are
Social
you going to
security
be
number.
burned at the stake?
No.
Okay, but you want to be burned at the stake.
No.
You've never wanted to be burned. Okay,
No.
I'm just getting the good stuff out of the way.
I
Okay,
don't
so
wanna die.
we are on set, Zombie Life TV / Zombie Life Podcast. We're on set for Cecilia. This is Lindsay Lemke's venture out on her own to make a film, and it's kind of a dark, sinister kind of thing that's going to be going down, right? What role do you play in this whole thing?
So I am the writer and director.
Okay.
She came to me with an idea for like doing sort of a vintage horror
Yes.
genre classic. And I had just finished directing a short, and so we collaborated on the story, and then I wrote the script. We tried raising money for it. We didn't get quite as much as we had asked for our goal.
Hardest thing in the world.
So
to do.
hard, but we did get enough to like get the ball rolling.
Yes.
And so about a year later, we got back together with the idea of it and kind of reworked the idea. And then did one more little campaign, and then
Yes.
finally got enough to make something that we knew we'd be proud of.
Okay. Now, as far as catching stuff on fire, what kind of safety precautions do I need to be aware of?
Don't touch the fire. I don't know.
Don't
Don't go near the fire.
Well, there's going to be something attached to this post.
No, so I think so. We're at the stunt ranch in Austin.
Okay.
Steve Wolf has been super generous in letting us film here. He's going to be in charge of all the pyrotechnics. So
Okay.
we're going to have it sort of cheated and faked.
CGI'd?
No, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I was like, wait
This is a
second.
vintage horror. No, so we're gonna have flames in front and then flames behind her. So
Okay.
it looks like she's being burned.
Okay.
And of course she won't be.
She won't truly be burned, but that's okay.
Hope not.
Look, my son is calling me inside an interview. I'm going to shut him down.
Oh, Forrest.
I'm going to shut him down. Isn't that the best name in the world?
Look where we are.
My other son, Thaddeus, has the second best name. Okay, I'm going on. I'm going on. Okay, so as far as catching somebody on fire, it's not really going to be somebody.
No.
Maybe.
Nobody's gonna
Nobody's
get
actually
caught
going to catch
on fire.
Okay,
Except for maybe Eddie.
so lead me up to the point where somebody gets caught on fire. Somebody's saying, winch, burn at the stake. Is that what happens?
So essentially Cecilia is this kind of weird girl in the village. It's this
Okay.
medieval town village. And she's just a little defiant. She dances by herself. She like laughs by herself. She goes and swims naked. She's just like a free woman. She's
Wait,
a
well,
free,
hold on.
liberated woman.
There's
right?
nudity in this show?
Just you wait. You have to watch it. Ready?
Sorry, my emotions get the best.
So she's a wild woman.
Okay.
Every woman at heart is a wild
Yeah,
woman.
of course.
And so she starts getting a little defiant with the political structure and religious structure of the
Kind
village.
of like today.
And they are scared of her. So we're kind of showing this mass hysteria of the outlier, the person that doesn't quite fit,
Right.
an outsider that people are afraid of,
Right.
and what they're capable of doing to
Right.
that person because of their fear. So
Right on.
a classic, witch hunt sort of thing. So they end up burning her at the stake.
Oh,
And
that's awesome and sad at the same time.
yeah, so it's kind of a tragic story. We've got a nice little twist at the end, and there's still the kind of lighthearted, kind of fun quality
Right.
of those vintage horror films. Where
Target date to release.
We'll probably have it finished by the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good time.
I'll be
That's a good time.
editing it, and my brother's doing the music for it. He's a really good songwriter.
Doing the whole score.
Yeah, he's
Wonderful.
yeah. So we've got kind of a spaghetti western vibe to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why you? Why did she come to you and say, "Hey, what's your background? Did you do some other
Yeah,
awesome stuff?"
I'm an actor and I'm a filmmaker. My background, I got my master's in theater and directing.
Wow.
So I've been directing for a while. I've been working with actors for a while, and then I've been acting for a while.
Wow.
So we were friends. She was my first friend in Austin when I moved here about 5 years ago. From Oklahoma.
Okay.
And thank you. I like Oklahoma though.
Good
No,
move.
Oklahoma's a nice
Tornado
place.
Row.
No.
I miss it so much.
It's good people there. But yeah, so we became friends and we kind of bonded on our love of like classic cinema.
Yeah.
And then over time we just, she was one of the actresses in my web series, Portal. So we had worked together quite well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a really quick hot seat question. Okay.
Okay.
Do you believe that aliens came to Earth to document humanity's triumphs and discourages and actually here to repopulate the planet?
Sure.
Something just caught on fire. Look at that over there. What's happening?
I actually saw
Focus, Eddie.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That will
I
be
saw
our fire.
something. I
We're
saw
asking the
something.
most random question ever.
I saw something blow up.
This is not
Okay.
an alien.
Okay, can someone clap in front of the camera? Well, one would have been done. Thank you.
Sorry, I just can't do one clap.
Okay.
An overachiever.
Once you start, you can't stop.
That was the super clap.
Yeah.
So we're on. What's going on here? I know that you had a lot of things planned, and you're doing makeup, and I don't want to intervene too much, but tell us about the movie.
Multitasking.
Talk to us about Cecilia.
Cecilia was inspired by classic horror genre. If you think about the Corman movies and the Hammer films.
Yeah.
And Liz and I got together and we're like, let's just do something that was fun, do a throwback, and we wanted to do a witch movie, and we thought he'd been going as far as doing a period piece, medieval, on a low budget.
Right.
So Cecilia is about an intuitive woman set in that time period, and she is kind of wrongly accused. It takes a turn, but today we're doing our witch burning scene in our masquerade. We've got pros today. We're at the stunt ranch. We have Steve Wolf with his team of stunt pyrotechnics. I'm sure they have good insurance, so we're safe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are you a skilled makeup artist?
I am. I have my cosmetology license. I don't do it anymore, but I have experience doing makeup. And
Yeah, you look
hair.
kind of like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the sweat on his arms and his hands, I'm sure it just works perfectly.
Yes.
You're actually not very sweaty at all.
I'm pretty
So
good.
that's good. That works for me.
Unlike me, I've got sweat dripping from my nose.
You're sweating for both of us, man.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're glistening.
Yeah, I am glistening, but that's because I'm half vampire. I got the glitter kicking today.
Oh, you're the glitter man.
Yeah. So where do you want this to go? Is this going to turn into a comic book that I can buy someday?
A comic book?
Yes.
I would love that.
That's
that would
cool.
be really cool. You can relax.
Cecilia the comic book. How about that? Okay, now set me up for the burn scene. What am I here to witness?
You're going to witness an angry crowd of villagers yelling, "Burn the witch!"
Yes. Do we get to throw anything at her?
I don't know.
Winch?
I don't
Is it
want
going to
stuff
be
thrown
winch?
at me.
Is it winch or witch?
Wench and witch.
Winch and
Wenches
witch.
and witches.
Okay. Quickly before
Yes.
we cut off this part, do you truly believe in witches?
I do.
You do?
I believe.
See, there's one now!
That was a genuine question. We had witches on the show
I
and they did a whole
believe we
thing.
are all capable of witch powers.
Like casting spells and
It's a little more complicated than that. I can go into a whole philosophy that can
Okay.
take hours of discussion, but yes. And we have Michael Abaddon on set today. He runs All Natural Magazine, so he deals with all the powers and metaphysical stuff.
we have our hands full then, Red.
Yep.
We
We got a lot of work to do. I got to eat some pizza.
Yeah. There's pizza here.
They're real. She turned me into a newt.
No! Turned you into a newt. Red, get some pizza. We'll be right back. This is Zombie Life TV. 12-year-old kid is doing that. I think I smell a clutch. Smells good, right?
No, it smells like something familiar.
Red and I continued to walk around and meet people and shake hands, and we got so many hugs, and just the outpour of friendship and family was there. And we realized these aren't just regular people. These are people that are attacking their dreams and doing exactly what they want to do. They have jobs and they have lives, and there's just so many things going on in life, but they choose to make time to do this. And everything was euphoric and beautiful. And then Lindsay Lemke came out and screamed.
Do you want to try that? Start with the scream and then turn it into the laugh?
Yeah.
That'd be fun, yeah, I like that.
Can I get a quick sound check just one more time?
Do you want me to do anything?
Yeah, you can hold on. I don't know. Record a bunch of screams. Simple thing is like get into your body and then you have to start your mouth. There you go.
Oh, sweet darling,
That's best guy.
you get the best of my love. Oh, sweet darling, every night and day, you get the best of my love. Oh, sweet darling, every night and day.
We got lost in there.
Yeah, we got
Here we go. Let's do one.
can always do.
Go on 3.
Okay, I'm already recording.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Someone clap.
Yep. Fire. Yeah. And so the fire brings us to you. You are the pyrotechnic.
Yeah, my name is Steve Wolf. I'm a movie stunt scientist. So basically, I use physics and chemistry to create entertainment for movies. And
Okay, I'm already mind blown.
Fire.
You said
explosions.
science, and I just bumped down
Yeah.
on the evolutionary scale just a little bit there.
Well, I spend about half my time creating movie mayhem in the form of fire, explosions, throwing people off buildings, throwing people off cars, crashing cars, flipping things over, all that stuff.
Right.
And then the rest of the time I teach science all over the world as a science keynote speaker.
Wow,
So,
dude.
and I teach science through movie stunts. So I bring stunts into schools and assemblies.
Okay.
And I show kids, hey, I'm on fire right now. How come I'm not burning?
Right.
Well, I've got a chemical reaction here that's been created to burn at a low temperature, and I'm using insulators, and insulators are materials that resist the flow of
Right,
heat.
right.
So I take all of the core science that kids need to learn
Yeah.
at a great appropriate level, and relate it to stunts, which really excites me.
I happen to be a fire safety guy at my job, so I would love for you to come teach 108 people, grown men, how not to catch my building on fire.
Yeah. Well, if we do a stunt for them, whether it's throwing someone through a plate glass window or bringing the stunt guy, it teaches them that you can handle dangerous materials and you can do things that look dangerous as long as you follow your safety protocols. Right.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
That kind of safety training. Is very important.
What brings you out here? I mean, you just decided I'm gonna buy a ranch.
Yeah, I lived around the corner and I drove past this place every day, and it just seemed like such an amazing property with 300-year-old trees and 25 acres of playground.
So this is your place.
It is. Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, I always kind of revert back to the beginning of you, and I wonder how you grew up. What influenced you to want to do this for a living?
Well, I was a 6-year-old boy at one time. And that automatically means, crashing your cars, lighting your trains on fire, burning your army men.
Yeah.
And my dad had always told me, figure out what you like to do and then find a way to make a living at it. Mm-hmm. And well, I already knew what I liked to do, so now I just had to figure out how to get paid for it.
Yeah, you're like, I'm never growing up. I'm a Toys R Us kid to the end. That's all there is to it.
I'm going to spend half my life on a zip line and the other half setting things on fire.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So different movies in the past. Like I'm assuming this isn't the first.
Tom Cruise features. I did The Firm. I did coordinating for Tom Hanks. 70 or 80 feature films, thousands of music videos. I actually was a stunt double for Whitney Houston at one point.
You were a stunt double for Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
I can see the resemblance.
I mean, parts model, and I was a stunt double for Al Pacino.
Wow, man.
So,
that's really cool, man.
I'm a little stumped on where to go because you've kind of done a lot more than I...
What have you done out here?
Out here, we shoot a feature probably every couple of months. Somebody comes out here to catch. So our specialty is blowing up cars. Okay. And if you want to blow a car up in downtown LA, the feasibility study and the environmental study and the permits and then this and that. And here we can take a car out back. We can put 6 sticks of dynamite, 10 gallons of gasoline, blow the crap out of it. Don't need anyone's permission because we're in Texas.
Yes.
If you own your own property, you decide what they do on it.
So let's talk permits a little bit, okay? Sure. So there's also obviously like a safety aspect that you have to get people trained up on it. But what kind of city permits do you have to have? Yeah, he's taking off his bike, so I'm gonna let him do his thing. It's a Harley, so
exactly.
it's gonna roar.
It's gonna.
But what kind of permits do you have to do something at this level? Because there's a lot of fire.
Doing things at this level, you have to be a licensed pyrotechnician, which everyone on my staff is, and then we also have our federal explosives licenses here because of the materials that we work with. So we are somewhat regulated, but the way the pyro license works is it's up to the pyrotechnician to decide what's safe for that circumstance. So that really basically comes down to experience.
Right.
You could find somebody with a license that they got it 10 minutes ago and they're as licensed as I am, but they might be missing a few fingers pretty
I always
quickly.
want to know, because you just said it inside a sentence and then just moved on real quickly, but how do you come across 6 sticks of dynamite? I mean...
Well, he says he has a license for it.
I didn't even know you could buy dynamite.
Yeah, you can buy dynamite, you can buy
C4.
Helix.
Does it come in a box that says TNT on it?
Acme?
It comes in cardboard boxes.
Really?
Yeah. So the idea on the packaging, and actually packaging is what determines what the rating of an explosive is. So you might have C4, and we might say, well, that's illegal to ship, a 1-pound block.
Right.
You take that 1-pound block and you cut it into 16 1-ounce pieces, and you package them all together. Now you can ship it.
Okay.
And the idea, but the shipping has to be designed such that if one piece goes off, the others don't.
Right.
And so actually there's a company called Omni Explosives out of Memphis, Tennessee, and they really pioneered packaging as a pivotal aspect of explosives to reclassify them so that they could be shipped places where they weren't normally.
I know. Have you ever been hurt blowing something up? That you can talk about?
Whitney Houston did bounce a check on me.
Okay. Oh.
That hurt pretty bad.
That does hurt pretty bad.
But yeah, when you go to hire pyrotechnicians, you're looking for 10 fingers, 2 eyes, no obvious scarring.
Yeah. You're like, I'm never being your stunt double again. That wig was terrible to wear. Yeah. What about your family? How's your family and your friends think about what you do for a living?
I'm a full-time single dad. I raised my 12-year-old son, Dash.
He's amazing.
Every damn day.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And we homeschool.
Nice,
so we spend a lot of time together, and he has a really great opportunity to travel with me, to see the world, to meet people. If you got to talk to him, you see he's a pretty
very intelligent,
old soul
kid. Yeah,
old soul. Yeah, he's very wise for his age. And that shows in the donuts that he can accomplish inside your little hayfield back there.
Working that clutch,
If you
dude.
Google search, 12-year-old stunt driver teaches drifting, that's a video that he posted last month. He's already got 160,000 views on it. It's pretty
What are we
amazing
doing
what he's
wrong,
doing.
Red?
We're not 12.
Let's become stunt drivers. I want to become a stunt driver now. It's very inspirational.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Has anything ever, like, what's the biggest thing that you've blown up that you're most proud of?
Whitney Houston.
Right. Actually, one of the biggest explosive sequences that I did was for the release of a video game called Tabula Rasa, which is a game that Richard Garriott had put together. And in this game, the aliens come and they wipe out mankind. And then things have to rebuild from the blank slate.
Okay.
And in a movie, you have the opportunity to, let's shoot this. Okay, let's go to sleep. Come up tomorrow. Let's shoot this sequence, right? And we could spend, a month putting together a sequence. He wanted to convince 100 members of the media that this was an actual takeover of the Earth.
Okay.
With all of the pyro sequential going
Like a War
off
of the Worlds
for an
kind of
hour.
thing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had hundreds of bits of pyro going off all over. The media was in a big tent. The top of the tent gets ripped off. A giant light from a spaceship is over them. The light points down at people like a tractor beam and starts sucking them out of the room into the air. Buildings around them blowing up, buses blowing up. It was a really interesting project to work on.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds.
Have you ever seen?
And all of the tech side of it all had to be hidden from every angle because they didn't want the media that was surrounding the people, to see what was happening.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Tropic Thunder?
One of my favorite movies.
Okay, in Tropic Thunder, they miss a detonation. Like there's something happening where there's like a big, huge plane that flies by, and they're trying to shoot this movie, and the bomb doesn't go off when it's supposed to,
right.
and then it accidentally goes off. Has that ever happened to you where the timer doesn't go off just right?
If you've done this for long enough, you've experienced most of the mistakes. Hopefully not ones that lead to injuries, but ones that definitely make you more careful about how you wire.
Right.
And I've had stuff like that happen. And it just teaches you, keep it simple, stupid.
Okay.
Don't use remote control if you can hardwire it. Don't use fancy capacitor boxes if you can touch it to a car battery. So you might have somebody showing up with all this fancy equipment, and I promise you, it's going to fail long before the guy who shows up with a spool of wire and a battery.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
It doesn't
All
look
of it
so
is-
fancy, but and people come and so I bring both.
Right.
I usually bring the fancy stuff, so when people are walking around, they say, "Wow, you got cool looking stuff." But when it comes to actual shoot time, I go back to basic, simple science because it works. 5th grade science will steer you right every time.
Well, what kind of fans have you gained throughout the years? Like do you have people say, I want to do what you do. Please teach me the art and craft of detonation.
So we run something called Pyro School out here. Our website is stuntranch.com, and people can click over if they want to come. And I'll personally teach them the art of pyrotechnics, of stunt work, the driving, shooting, firearms safety, and making rain, making smoke, making fire, all of the atmospherics. So atmospherics is anything that the atmosphere would normally do, from falling leaves to smoke, mist, haze, wind, rain.
Wow. That's intense, though.
And then there's mil sim, right? So there's the, grenades, landmines, shrapnel.
Yeah.
Bullet hits on people, bullet hits on things.
Wow, dude.
So we do a tour.
So can we make a movie out here with you?
Absolutely.
I would love to make
That'd
it.
be so much fun.
It'd be super low budget. I've got like $20.
That's okay. Sometimes we do it just for fun.
Yeah. So I want to find a car that you can blow up, and we want to walk away from it in super slow motion.
Okay.
Yes.
And Ben's going to record it for us.
Reservoir
All right.
Dogs. Or
Yeah.
So
something, man.
if Ben's got some front lighting
Okay.
that we could use right now,
Okay.
I could capture that footage for you in 5 minutes.
What?
We can blow up a car tonight?
In 5 minutes from now, you could be walking away from an explosion.
Ben.
And
You'll have to
best
blow
of
out
all,
the LEDs, 'cause
best
I didn't
best
bring
of
mine.
all, I've got the lights actually, and it doesn't make any noise.
Wow,
So you can do it at
man.
night without disturbing any. So we've actually had to develop a lot of new technology.
Yeah.
In connection with our explosions, because
Okay.
we want to wow our live audiences here.
Yeah.
We want to wow our corporate clients who come out for
Yeah.
stunt-themed team building exercises.
Exactly.
But we don't want to disturb the neighbors all day long.
Right.
So we figured out how to create the look of giant fireball explosions without the sound.
And how are the neighbors? I mean, they're like
They're
come
great.
over and they're just like,
Yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah, they come over, if we're doing something that's going to be particularly obnoxious.
They're like-
I invite them to watch.
They're like,
Oh,
when's this
nice.
guy gonna? When's he gonna go to CGI? Damn it.
Yeah, no. So we don't do CGI.
Good.
CGI certainly has its place, but in most films now, if you see CGI, you know you're looking at CGI. So
Yeah.
it's not mature yet.
Right.
There are circumstances where we can use both live action and CGI at the same time and combine those to make things safer.
Right.
And that's great. Why have a stunt person jump off a building when he could be tumbling inside a wind tunnel
Sure.
3 feet off the ground?
Sure.
And then we superimpose that against, a shot
Sure.
of a camera tilting down the side of the building.
That's
that
amazing.
makes sense. But explosions, that makes no sense, because the time it takes to render a car explosion, and then the director says, "Oh, I didn't like the color of the flame or the smoke looked weird."
Sure.
3 more weeks back in the render farm, I could blow up 20 cars before noon, and they just take the pick,
Yeah.
take the one they like best.
Right. Well, I have like a laundry list of things that I would like to blow up.
Uh-huh.
We'll move forward with blowing up a car first, but
Okay.
there's houses that I would like to blow up.
Well, if you ever need some pyrotherapy, we provide that as well.
Pyrotherapy.
The pyrotherapy is when you bring a device to me that causes you a lot of stress. It might be your phone. It might be a computer that doesn't get Photoshop right.
Body. I've got a body
It
that
could be a whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then we measure your blood pressure when you look at this thing. Then we rig the thing up, and you blow it up.
Yeah.
And then we take your blood pressure
Okay.
again, and we
Dude.
find that it actually has a health benefit.
Yes.
And
That's why you look so young.
Pyrotherapy, yeah, right.
That's why you look so young. I just figured it
He's
out. right now.
184.
Doing pretty well for
Yeah.
68, right?
Well, you look like a fairly open-minded gentleman. I'm going to ask you
less.
some hot seat questions real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Yep.
Out here, all alone in the dark, have you ever seen anything weird, heard anything weird that your son is like, well, I don't really know what that was, or what's
He
that up
jumps
in the sky?
Mazda and just hauls ass.
There was
Because-
a party here one weekend
Okay.
with things that I wouldn't want my son to see. That's about as weird as it got.
No ghosts?
I haven't seen any ghosts yet.
Demons?
Bigfoot.
I think
Bigfoot?
most of our demons are inside. That's
true.
And they go wherever
True.
we go.
Yeah. Ben's like, yes, they are inside.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them inside
You can
me.
exercise, right?
Yeah.
You can name them.
Yeah, dude, that's very cool. Thank you so much, man.
thank you.
are
What a
such an
pleasure.
inspiration to what
Man,
we
this
want
Thank
to
you
do.
so much, Red.
This is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. I
Zombie
think-
Life, we're out. Thank you so much, man. We'll be right back. In the end, I guess in the end it's a testimony to what people can do if they want to do it. Every single last one of these people come out and do this. And they kill it. They didn't just do it, they were phenomenal. And so loving. I walked away feeling like I had a bigger family, if that makes any sense. I'm just happy that Zombie Life was a part of this huge ordeal, and how much work they put into it and how much passion they put towards what they want to do. And I'm inspired. So thank you from Zombie Life to everybody in Cecilia. We love you guys.
I'm scared for my own life. It is. And the extras did such a great job on that castle shoot.
And he said he's going to move it further away, so there's no way.
That doesn't look too bad. A little close.
Look at that.
I can't believe this is happening now.
This is actually happening. This is your idea, your movie.
We're doing it. That's
doing
the
it.
most exciting feeling when you just envision it the whole time and then you're here.